Okay, I'm shaking while I type this. I literally have to pause every few seconds to wipe my sweaty palms on my jeans. This is a throwaway account because my brother lives online, and if he finds this, the explosion will be nuclear. But I feel like I'm losing my mind, and my husband, Mark, is the only reason I haven't driven my tar into a tree. Background context, because you need to understand the absolute insanity of the dynamic here. I'm a 29-year-old female. My husband, Mark, is 32. We have worked our absolute asses off. I'm an actuary. Mark is a structural engineer. We lived in a studio apartment for 4 years, ate ramen and drove beater cars so we could buy our dream home in a quiet cul-de-sac about 40 minutes away from my parents. We are also 7 months pregnant with our first child, a little girl. The nursery is painted a soft sage green. The crib is set up. It's my sanctuary. Then there's my brother. Let's call him Tyler. Tyler is 34. He's the golden child. The sun rises and sets on Tyler's ass. If Tyler fails a test, it's the teacher's fault. If Tyler gets fired for stealing, the boss had a vendetta. If Tyler gets a DUI, the cop was clearly targeting him. You get the picture. For the last decade, Tyler has been finding himself. This involved a failed DJ career in Miami, my parents paid his rent, a vegan leather startup that was actually a pyramid scheme, my parents bailed him on debt, and most recently, day trading. I have been low contact, LC, with my parents for about 2 years. I see them on holidays, I smile, I nod, and I leave. I stopped setting myself on fire to keep them warm a long time ago. Or so I thought. It started 3 hours ago. Mark and I were sitting on the couch, eating takeout Thai food and debating names. It was raining outside, one of those heavy, thumping storms that makes the house feel cozy. My phone buzzed on the coffee table. Mom. I ignored it. It buzzed again and again. Then Mark's phone started ringing. Babe, Mark said, looking at the screen with a frown. It's your dad. He's called twice in a row. Is something wrong with his heart again? My stomach dropped. My dad has had minor heart issues, so panic instantly clawed up my throat. I snatched my phone and answered. Mom, is your dad okay? Oh, OP. Oh God, it's a disaster. We didn't know who else to call. She was sobbing, not the quiet, sad kind of crying, the hyperventilating, hysterical shrieking that she usually reserves when a cashier won't accept an expired coupon. Mom, take a breath, I said, putting the phone on speaker so Mark could hear me. Is your dad in the hospital? No, he's here. He's just sitting in the chair, staring at the wall. OP, you have to help us. We have nowhere to go. My confusion was total. My parents owned a beautiful 4-bedroom colonial house, paid off, mortgage-free since 2015. It's their retirement vehicle. It's worth easily $650,000 in this market. What do you mean, nowhere to go? Is there a fire? Did a pipe burst? Well, no, it's Tyler. You know how smart he is with finances, right? I froze. Mark looked at me and mouthed, "Oh, hell no." Mom, I said, my voice dropping an octave. What did Tyler do? He didn't do anything malicious, honey. He was trying to help us. He said he could triple our retirement savings if we just gave him some liquidity to invest in this new cryptocurrency platform. He had charts, OP. It looked so professional. I felt the blood drain from my face. Mom, please tell me you didn't give him cash. Not exactly. Mom, what did you do? About 6 months ago, Tyler said the best way to leverage the assets was to transfer the deed of the house to Tyler temporarily, just so he could use it as collateral for a business loan to get the seed money. He promised he'd pay off the loan in 3 months and transfer the deed back. The silence in my living room was deafening. I could hear the rain hitting the window and the thumping of my own heart in my ears. You signed the house over to Tyler? I asked. My voice sounded robotic. He's your brother. He swore on his life. But the market crashed, honey. It just crashed. It's not his fault. The bank called today. They foreclosed, OP. There was an auction. A man came to the door today with the sheriff. We have to be out by Monday morning. Monday? You have 48 hours to vacate a house you've lived in for 30 years? Yes, and Tyler is just devastated. He's locked in his room. He won't come out. But we need a plan. We can't go to a shelter. Your father is frail. And then she dropped the hammer.
Shut up. Tyler told us everything. He sent us the screenshots where you promised to manage their finances. He said you tricked them into signing the quitclaim deed so you could protect the asset, and then you sold it out from under them. You're keeping the profit and kicking them to the curb. My jaw hit the floor. Tyler had forged text messages. He actually sat down, created a fake contact named OP, and staged a conversation where I masterminded the whole thing. Kathy, listen to me very carefully. Tyler gambled the house. Tyler lost the house. I have never owned their home. The bank foreclosed on him. Liar, then why are you refusing to let them stay with you? If you were innocent, you'd be helping them. Your refusal is an admission of guilt. She hung up. Then she posted on Facebook a long, rambling status tagging me, asking how I could sleep at night knowing my parents were going to be homeless while I sat in my ivory tower. I started having Braxton Hicks contractions. The stress was physically hurting me. Mark found me crying in the kitchen. He didn't say a word. He just walked over, took my phone, and put it in the microwave. He didn't turn it on, obviously, just a Faraday cage of sorts. I don't know, it was funny in a dark way. "We are not playing defense anymore," Mark said. "Get your laptop." We spent Saturday afternoon doing what I should have done immediately, digging up the public records. It took 10 minutes on the county clerk's website. There it was, document number 29483, quitclaim deed, grantor, mom and dad, grantee, Tyler, date 6 months ago. Document 29485, mortgage lien, borrower, Tyler, lender, predatory high-interest lender, amount $450,000. Document 30112, notice of default and foreclosure sale. It was all there, black and white. Tyler didn't just invest their savings, he took a massive high-interest loan against the equity and blew it. Mark took screenshots. Then he went to the family reunion group chat on WhatsApp, which I had muted but not left. He posted the PDFs. Then he typed, "OP didn't steal the house, Tyler did. Here is the deed transfer signed by mom and dad to Tyler. Here is the foreclosure notice listing Tyler as the defaulter. Anyone who contacts OP with harassment again will be met with a cease and desist order. The next person to blame my pregnant wife for her brother's addiction gets blocked permanently." The silence in the group chat was immediate. You could practically hear the gears turning in my Aunt Kathy's head. But facts don't matter to narcissists when they are desperate. That brings us to today, Sunday, 4 p.m. The rain had stopped, but the sky was that bruised purple color. We were in the living room. The TV was on low. Ding dong! The ring chime echoed through the house. I looked at my phone. The notification popped up. Front door, motion detected. I opened the app. It wasn't just a car, it was a U-Haul. A 15-foot U-Haul truck was backed into my driveway. My stomach turned to liquid. "Mark, they're here." Mark stood up slowly. He looked terrifyingly calm. "Stay inside. Lock the door behind me." "Mark, don't—" "Lock it." He walked out. I scrambled to the window, peering through the blinds like a coward. I pulled up the camera feed on my iPad so I could hear. Tick-tick. Tyler jumped out of the driver's seat of the U-Haul. He looked manic, unshaven, wearing a dirty hoodie, eyes darting around. My parents got out of their sedan, which was parked behind the truck. My mom was clutching a pillow, a literal pillow. "Hey, Mark!" shouted Tyler, putting on a fake jovial smile. "Surprise! Look, we couldn't get a hold of you guys. Phones must be down, right? So we just figured we'd head over early to beat the traffic." Mark stood on the porch, arms crossed. He didn't step down. "Get that truck off my driveway, Tyler." "Whoa, easy, man. Listen, Mom and Dad are really stressed. Let's just get the heavy stuff into the garage and we can talk about the details over a beer. I brought a six-pack." "There is no heavy stuff coming in here. You are not moving in. We told you this on Friday." My mom stepped forward. She looked 10 years older than she did last Christmas. "Mark, please, we have the truck packed. We have nowhere else to go tonight. The new owners take the keys tomorrow. Just for tonight, please." "Linda, I'm sorry you're in this position, but OP is high risk right now. The stress you caused her yesterday sent her blood pressure through the roof. We cannot have this chaos in our house." Then Tyler snapped. The mask fell.
"We talked about it and we know you have that extra room, the one you were painting. We can put the crib in your bedroom for a year or two, right? Just until Tyler gets back on his feet and sues the bank to get the house back. We'll take the nursery. Tyler can sleep on your pull-out couch in the den. It's only temporary, OP. Just family helping family." I looked at Mark. His face was a mask of pure horror. He was shaking his head violently, slicing his hand across his throat. I looked at my belly. I thought about my sage green walls. I thought about the little mobile with the felt clouds I just hung up yesterday. I thought about Tyler, who stole my debit card when I was 16 to buy weed. Tyler, who ruined my graduation dinner by showing up high. And then, it happened. I started laughing. I don't mean a giggle. I mean a deep, guttural, villainous cackle. I laughed so hard I had to clutch my pregnant belly because a rib kicked me. "OP? OP, why are you laughing? This isn't funny," my mother screeched. "You signed your house over to an unemployed addict because he showed you a chart? He is an entrepreneur, and don't you dare speak about your brother like that when he is suffering." "He is suffering?" I shouted, finally snapping. "He gambled your house, he made you homeless, and now you want to move 3 adults, including the man who did this, into my house, into my daughter's nursery? It's just a room, OP. She's a baby. She won't know the difference. Where is your loyalty? We are your parents." "My loyalty is to the child inside me and the husband sitting next to me. You enabled him until he ate you alive. I told you this would happen. 10 years ago, I told you." "I don't need an I told you so. I need a roof over my head. If you don't take us in, your father will sleep on the street. Do you want to kill him?" "Don't you dare put that on me. Tyler killed your retirement. Tyler put you on the street. Go ask Tyler where you're going to sleep." "OP, you are being a narcissist. You are being selfish and cruel. Mark, are you there? Talk sense into her." Mark leaned over to the phone. "Linda, if Tyler steps 1 foot on my property, I'm calling the police for trespassing. You have 48 hours to figure this out, but you won't be figuring it out here." He hung up. Then he blocked their numbers on both our phones. But it's not over. I know it's not over. My phone has been lighting up with notifications from my aunts, my cousins, and even my grandmother's caretaker. They're blowing up my social media. I've been called a heartless bitch, a money-grubbing elitist, an ungrateful daughter. Apparently, the narrative Tyler spun is that I convinced them to sign the house over to me, and now I'm kicking them out. He is Darvoing the entire extended family against me. I'm sitting here, staring at the blocked call log. My dad is sick. They really are homeless. I feel sick. I feel guilty. But I also feel a rage so hot it could melt steel. Mark is currently installing a Ring doorbell camera because he thinks Tyler might come over here tonight. Am I the asshole? Should I have at least offered to pay for a motel? I feel like I'm watching a car crash in slow motion, and I'm the only one with the jaws of life, but I refuse to use them.
Time passed since last post, 2 days. I wish I had better news. I really do. But things have escalated from a dumpster fire to a full-blown inferno, and I think I'm watching my entire biological family implode in real time. It has been exactly 48 hours since the call. It is Sunday evening. The deadline for my parents to vacate their home is tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. I haven't slept. Every time I close my eyes, I see my mother's face contorted in that specific mix of rage and martyrdom she's perfected over 30 years. Mark has been a rock, but I can see the veins bulging in his neck every time my phone pings, and it has been pinging non-stop. Let's talk about the flying monkeys. After Mark blocked my parents, the silence lasted about 2 hours. Then the extended family team descended. You know how I said Tyler spun a narrative? I underestimated his creativity. My Aunt Kathy, my dad's sister, who I actually liked, called me on Saturday morning from a different number. I picked up thinking it was my OBGYN's office. Hello? You ungrateful little vulture! I knew you were cold, OP, but this, evicting your own parents, stealing the deed while your father has a heart condition? Aunt Kathy, what are you talking about? I didn't steal.
Chaos? You think we're chaos? You stuck-up prick. You think you're better than us because you have this house? It's just a house. Family is more important than property. Says the man who gambled away his parents' property. Mark shot back. I didn't lose it. It was a market correction. I was going to fix it. OP has plenty of money. She can refinance this place and bail us out. She's just being a greedy bitch. Mark took a step down the stairs. Get in your truck, leave, now, or I call the police. You won't call the cops on family, Tyler screamed. He actually started walking up the path, puffing his chest out. I need to talk to my sister. OP, get out here. Stop hiding behind your husband. I wanted to scream back. I wanted to run out there and slap him, but I stayed frozen. Mark pulled his phone out. 911. Tyler lunged. I screamed. He didn't hit Mark. He tried to grab the phone. Mark, who played rugby in college, simply sidestepped and shoved Tyler backward. Tyler tripped over his own feet and landed hard on the wet grass. My back! He assaulted me! Mom, he assaulted me! Tyler shrieked, rolling around like a soccer player faking an injury. My dad, who hadn't said a word, suddenly clutched his chest. He slumped against the side of the U-Haul. Herb! Herb! My mom screamed. Mark didn't hesitate. He was already on the phone with dispatch. Yes, I have trespassers on my property, and one elderly male is experiencing a medical emergency, possible heart attack. Send an ambulance and police immediately. The next 20 minutes were a blur of flashing lights. The paramedics arrived first. They loaded my dad onto a stretcher. He was conscious but gray. My mom was wailing, trying to climb into the ambulance. Then the police pulled up, 2 cruisers. Tyler scrambled up from the grass, his back injury miraculously cured. He tried to run over to the cops first to control the narrative. I cracked the front door open just an inch to listen. Officer, thank God, that man attacked me. We were just moving in. My sister invited us, and he went crazy. The officer looked at the U-Haul, then at Mark, then at me peeking out the door. Mark walked over calmly. Officer, I'm the homeowner. These people do not live here. They were told on Friday they could not move in. They showed up uninvited. I have it all on the Ring camera, including him lunging at me. The officer watched the footage on Mark's phone. He nodded. He turned to Tyler. Sir, is your name on the lease or deed of this house? Well, no, but it's my sister's house, so legally... That's not how it works. You need to leave. The homeowner wants you trespassed. If you return, you will be arrested. But my dad is in the ambulance. Then I suggest you go to the hospital, but you aren't staying here. Tyler looked at me. Our eyes met through the crack in the door. The look he gave me, it wasn't sadness. It was pure, unadulterated hatred. It chilled me to the bone. He got in the U-Haul. My mom went in the ambulance with my dad. They're gone. The driveway is empty. But about 10 minutes ago, I got a text from my mom.
Your father is in the CCU. The stress caused an angina episode. If he dies, it is on your hands. You have killed your father to save a guest room. I hope you're happy." I'm sitting in the nursery now. I can't stop shaking. Mark is downstairs putting better locks on the back door. I feel like the villain. I know I'm not. I know the logic. But my dad is in the hospital. Did I go too far? Should I have let them in for one night? No. If I let them in, they never would have left. But I have a feeling Tyler isn't done. He has nothing left to lose. And a narcissist with nothing left to lose is the most dangerous thing in the world. 21 days since last update. If you thought the U-Haul incident was rock bottom, grab a shovel because Tyler just tried to dig a tunnel straight to hell. I'm writing this from a hotel room. I can't go home. Not yet. The smell of bleach and industrial carpet cleaner is still too strong in the nursery. A lot has happened in 21 days. It's been a slow-motion nightmare that ended in a crescendo of violence I didn't think my brother was capable of. First, the aftermath of the hospital. My dad was discharged 2 days after the heart attack. It wasn't a heart attack. It was an anxiety-induced angina episode, exacerbated by dehydration. Basically a panic attack because reality hit him. But my mom rode that sympathy train until the wheels fell off. She sent me photos of him in the hospital bed every hour. Caption, "Look what you did." Caption, "He is asking for you." Caption, "We are sleeping in a Motel 6 tonight."
Mark and I held the line. We spoke to a lawyer, a shark of a woman named Miss Holloway. She told us to document everything. She also ran a credit check on me, just in case. Surprise, surprise. Tyler had opened 3 credit cards in my name about 4 years ago. He maxed them out, $15,000 total, and had been paying the minimums to keep them off the radar, but he stopped paying 3 months ago when the crypto scheme collapsed. My credit score tanked 80 points overnight. That was the final nail. I went to the police station and filed a report for identity theft and fraud. I also filed for a restraining order against Tyler. When the sheriff served Tyler the papers at the motel where they were staying, it triggered what Reddit calls an extinction burst. It was Tuesday, 2 days ago. Mark was at a job site an hour away. I was working from home, sitting in the living room trying to focus on a spreadsheet. It was a beautiful, sunny day, the kind of day where nothing bad should happen. Smash! It came from the back of the house, the kitchen sliding door. I didn't freeze this time. My adrenaline spiked so hard my vision blurred. I grabbed my phone and waddled/ran as fast as I could to the master bedroom upstairs. I locked the door. I locked the ensuite bathroom door. I sat in the bathtub. 111, what is your emergency? Someone is breaking into my house. I'm pregnant. I'm alone. Please hurry. We have officers dispatched. Are you safe? I'm in the bathroom. Downstairs, I heard heavy boots on the hardwood. OP, I know you're in here. It was Tyler, but his voice, it sounded ragged, wet, like he had been screaming for hours. He was hitting the walls. I heard things shattering. The vintage vase my grandmother gave me, the lamp in the hallway. You ruined my life, he screamed. You called the cops on me? You think you can send me to jail? I was clutching my belly, praying my daughter couldn't feel my heart hammering against her. He didn't come to the master bedroom. He went to the room next to it, the nursery. I heard the distinct sound of the crib being overturned. I heard the rip of fabric. This room? This is the room? You choose a fetus over your brother? He was destroying it. He was destroying my sanctuary. I could hear him smashing the drywall. I think he had a crowbar or a bat. Mom said you have the money. You have the money to fix this. Write me a check and I'll leave. I stayed silent. I knew if I made a sound, he would try to break down the bathroom door. Then, sirens. Open the door, OP. The cops are here. Tell them it's a misunderstanding. Tell them. He started pounding on the bedroom door. The wood frame cracked. Please, please, please. Police, drop the weapon, a voice boomed from downstairs. Get back, it's my house, Tyler screamed. Drop it now. Thud. I heard a body hit the floor. The taser. I didn't come out until the dispatcher told me the officers had him in cuffs. When I walked out of the bedroom, the hallway was filled with police. Mark came running up the stairs a minute later. He must have driven 100 miles per hour to get home. He looked wild, his face pale as a sheet. He grabbed me and just held me, burying his face in my hair. Then I looked at the nursery. He had taken a can of black spray paint, where did he even get that, and sprayed "whore" across the sage green walls. The crib was smashed to kindling. The changing table was overturned. He had taken a knife to the glider chair. It wasn't just a break-in, it was a hate crime against my happiness. They arrested him for felony burglary, assault with a deadly weapon, he had a crowbar, vandalism, and resisting arrest. Because he had the drugs on him, meth apparently, that explains the weight loss and the paranoia, they tacked on possession too. Now, for the cherry on top of this manure sundae, my parents. They weren't in the car, they were at the motel. The police called them to inform them their son was in custody. My mother called me while I was giving my statement to the detective in my living room. I put it on speaker. I wanted the detective to hear. Hello? What did you do? Why is Tyler in jail? He broke into my house, Mom. He had a crowbar. He destroyed the nursery. He was just upset. He went to talk to you. He said he just wanted to talk. You provoked him. You filed that restraining order and pushed him over the edge. This is your fault. Mark took the phone from my hand.
Linda, listen to me. Tyler is facing 10 to 15 years. He had meth in his pocket. He destroyed our child's room. If you ever contact OP again, if you ever come within 5 miles of my wife or my child, I will make it my life's mission to ensure you die in a state-run facility with no visitors. Do not test me. He hung up. So here we are. Tyler is in county jail. His bail is set at $100,000. My parents obviously don't have it. The most twisted part? My mother started a GoFundMe yesterday. Title: Help Innocent Son Fight Corrupt System and Sister. She used a picture of me and Tyler from my college graduation. She wrote that I am a wealthy, vindictive narcissist who framed my brother to steal the family inheritance. It has raised $45. $20 was from Aunt Kathy. I'm pressing charges, full extent. Miss Holloway says we have him dead to rights. The identity theft, the break-in, the assault. I'm mourning the brother I thought I had. I'm mourning the parents I wished I had. But mostly, I'm just trying to keep my stress down so my baby stays put for another 8 weeks. Mark is having a security company install reinforced doors and shatterproof glass on the ground floor tomorrow. We are scrubbing the black paint off the walls, but I don't know if I can ever put the baby in that room now. It feels tainted. Time passed since last update, 18 months. The silence in my house right now is different than it was a year and a half ago. It's not the heavy, suffocating silence of anticipation. It's the peaceful silence of a Tuesday afternoon while my daughter, Maya, is napping in her crib. Yes, Maya is here. She is 15 months old. She has Mark's chin and my eyes, and she is the most beautiful thing I have ever seen. And yes, she is sleeping in the cursed room. It took us 6 months to reclaim that space. After Tyler was arrested, I couldn't even walk past the door without dry heaving. The smell of the spray paint seemed to linger for weeks, even after the professional cleaners came. But Mark, God, I love that man. He stripped the drywall down to the studs. He replaced the insulation. He put in new flooring. We painted it a warm, sunny yellow. Buttercup, the can said. We made it new.
We made it ours. But I know you guys aren't here for interior design tips. You want to know what happened to the golden child and his enablers. Buckle up. The justice system is slow, but when it hits like a freight train. Let's start with Tyler. Because he had a prior record, those DUIs I mentioned, turns out he had a warrant in another state too. And because of the amount of meth found on him, the district attorney didn't offer a plea deal that involved just rehab. They went for the throat. The trial, or rather the pre-trial hearings that led to the plea, was a circus. I had to attend one hearing to give a victim impact statement regarding the identity theft. I walked into the courtroom holding Mark's hand so tight I think I cut off his circulation. When they brought Tyler in, I almost didn't recognize him. The swagger was gone. The entrepreneur was gone. He was wearing an orange jumpsuit that was 2 sizes too big, and he looked gray. His teeth were bad. He wouldn't look at me. But my mother? Oh, she looked at me. She was sitting in the gallery, sobbing into a handkerchief. When she saw me, she actually lunged forward over the wooden railing. Tell them it's a mistake. He's your brother. Look at him, he's sick." The bailiff had to sit her down. The judge, a stern woman who clearly had zero patience for theatrics, threatened to hold her in contempt. The defense tried to argue that Tyler was having a mental health crisis and that the burglary was just a misunderstanding between family members. Then the prosecution played the Ring camera footage. The courtroom went dead silent. Everyone watched Tyler screaming, foaming at the mouth, smashing the window. Then they showed the photos of the nursery, the whore graffiti, the smashed crib. I saw the judge's face harden. She looked from the screen to Tyler to me. Tyler ended up pleading guilty to felony burglary, aggravated assault, identity theft, and possession with intent to distribute. The amount he had was just over the threshold. The sentence? 8 years in state prison, eligible for parole in 5. He screamed when they cuffed him, not at the judge, at us. "You did this! You're dead to me! I'll kill you!" That threat got added to his file. It effectively killed his chances of early parole for good behavior for a long time.
You know that GoFundMe, the one that raised $45? It got flagged for fraud because they used my image without consent and lied about the circumstances. It was taken down. Without the house and without Tyler's investments, my parents hit reality hard. They stayed in that Motel 6 until the money ran out. Then they tried to move in with Aunt Kathy. Remember Aunt Kathy, the one who called me a vulture? She lasted 4 days with them. Apparently, my mother tried to reorganize Kathy's kitchen, criticized her cooking, and my dad refused to stop smoking inside her house. Kathy kicked them out. She called me afterwards, sobbing, apologizing profusely. "I didn't know, OP," she said. "I didn't know they were like this. They're monsters." I told her I forgave her, but I kept my distance. Trust is a plate. Once broken, you can glue it back together, but you can't eat off it again. So where are they now? We live in a small town. Word travels. I heard from a friend of a friend that they ended up in a low-income senior housing complex about 2 towns over. It's not a nice place. It's the kind of place with peeling paint and police cruisers in the parking lot every Friday night. They live on their Social Security checks, which I know for a fact are meager because they never saved a dime. They spent it all on Tyler. I haven't seen them until last week. Mark, Maya, and I were at the grocery store. We were in the produce section picking out avocados. I felt eyes on me. You know that prickle on the back of your neck? I turned around. Standing at the end of the aisle, holding a basket with a loaf of white bread and a generic brand jar of peanut butter, was my mother. She looked hollow. Her hair was gray and unkempt. She was wearing a coat I recognized from 10 years ago, but it was stained. She saw Maya sitting in the cart. Maya was laughing, trying to eat the handle of the cart. My mother's face crumpled. She took a step toward us. "OP, is that her?" My heart hammered against my ribs. I froze. The little girl inside me wanted to run. But then Mark stepped in. He didn't say a word. He just moved his body between her and the cart. He stood there, 6'2" of protective father, crossing his arms. He broke her line of sight. "Mark," she whimpered, "please, I just want to see my granddaughter. Just one look. I'm her grandma." Mark spoke, and his voice was low, calm, and absolutely final. "No, you aren't. You have no granddaughter, you have a son in prison, and a daughter you abused. Walk away, Linda, or I call the police for violating the restraining order." She stood there for a moment, shaking. She looked at me, peering around Mark's shoulder. "I have no home, OP," she cried. "Look at me. I have nothing." I looked at her, really looked at her, and for the first time in my life, I didn't feel guilt. I didn't feel obligation. I felt pity. "You have exactly what you invested in, Mom," I said. "You invested everything in Tyler. You gave him your house, your money, and your loyalty. Go ask Tyler for help." We turned our cart around and walked away. We didn't look back. I heard her wailing in the produce section, causing a scene, but I just kept walking. We paid for our groceries, we went home, we cooked dinner. The credit card debt Tyler racked up was eventually discharged, though it took a year of paperwork and legal battles. My credit score is slowly climbing back up. Mark and I are in therapy, both individual and couples counseling. We are learning to deprogram the people pleaser in me. It's hard work. Sometimes I wake up at night panicking that I'm in trouble, that I've done something wrong. But Mark is there to hold me until I fall back asleep. I still have the Ring doorbell. I still check the locks twice before bed. I don't think that paranoia will ever fully go away. But yesterday, I was painting with Maya in the nursery. She dipped her hand in yellow paint and smacked it on the wall. I gasped, and then I laughed. We left the handprint there. It's a new mark on the wall, a mark made with joy, not anger. Tyler is in a cell. My parents are in their own personal hell of their own making. And me? I'm right where I'm supposed to be. Safe. Thanks for reading, Reddit. I hope I never have to update this again.